It was good, just to be honest, to see that I can take like hard shots like that from a good striker and carry on. And to be honest, like my technique's not always the best, but I've always got the grit, and that was like a real test of that. So I know, like once I started wrestling, I knew that I could get like the win as long as I just persevered through the striking. So yeah, it was like not the first test I've had, but certainly like a different one. To be honest, in the past, my hardest fights have always been people with the same strengths like as me. So it was good for a wee change to have someone that was like the opposite. Yeah.
What's the biggest difference you feel right now in your career and in your life since you signed with PFL?
To be honest, like signed with PFL for my pro debut, so it's like a change from it just being something I was kind of trying out for fun to like it's like a job now, which is, that sounds boring, but it's actually a good thing for me. It's like whenever I'm getting overwhelmed thinking about it, I just remind myself like this is a way for me to make training like my job and not have to be like working myself to bone every day teaching like 5 days a week and then going at night to train. Like if I can make it more balanced between the two, because I still love teaching, obviously I don't want to stop doing that either, but it just kind of, they've given me an opportunity to make this like part of my like life and not just something that's like an add-on to everything else that needs done. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm so grateful for that opportunity, because to be honest, I never in a million years thought I'd be doing this for a job. So yeah.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. See, to be honest, in that first round I got hit in the nose quite bad, and I thought this is going to look terrible on Monday. And now the lip's even worse, but no, I'm actually so buzzing to see the kids. Like one of the things I've reminded myself like the whole time when I get a bit overwhelmed sometimes thinking about, so for me the fight is the bit that I enjoy. The rest of all the hype and the build up, I really find that a bit hard, and I just kept reminding myself like there's like 30 people in my class and the rest of the school that are just buzzing for me to come back on Monday. They do not give I don't know, it's not always fair. They don't care whether I win or lose or what happens, like they're just buzzing to see me. And so like when I go in on Monday, it will just bring me back down to earth. Like after my last win, went in and I just felt kind of normal again after going in, so I'm really actually excited for that, which sounds a bit sad, but it's true. So
obviously your career is so fast paced. Your first 7 fights in 14 months. It's been 7 months since you fought last. How did you find taking that bit of time out? It's been the first time since you started having the next thing out.
Do you know what? It was actually pretty difficult for me. Like I found it felt really like starting over again coming in, but the only kind of saving grace was I thought I might be fighting in December and then March, so there was like wee periods where I thought I had a fight coming up, but no, like that's a good question, because that was something that I found quite difficult, because that's actually longer, like a longer period of time than all my amateur fights like happened or something, I think. So it's pretty different, but it was good because I'm at a new team and needed time to prepare and all the rest, so it's been good. And actually, to be honest, just a bit of time to have a break and have a bit of a life has been great. So yeah, no, it's just different, and it's just a new kind of challenge for me, which is good. So yeah, thanks so much. Thank you. I'd love to say listen to my corner, but I didn't do that much listening. I was trying so hard, I just kept doing everything that they never said. It was one, like I realised that she was getting up to a point but not all the way up, and I was just not thinking straight enough to do the right thing. But for me, I find, although I've had some first round finishes, it takes me a bit of time to kind of settle the adrenaline and start to think clearly. So it was just really getting to that point for me and realising I needed to break her down further and just keep at it, and that's what I did, and it worked. So I just knew as soon as I got her completely down, I couldn't let her get up again, because her defence was very good. So yeah, respect to Sammy Jo, she did a great job of stopping that, which was great.
Well, 2 fights now in the PFL, 2 finishes. Did that just come naturally, or do you go before the fight that you're going into finish?
I think based on like my style, finishing works for me, because I've been taking more of this. It wouldn't have been ideal. I think for me, it's just my style tends to like lead to that. I'm more of a grappler really than a striker, and you just tend to get more finishes in that sense. But I think the longer rounds work for me in that respect as well. It gives me a bit of time to work on the ground and stuff. So obviously I really wanted to finish, but I would have been happy either way. Yeah. It's certainly not easy, it's difficult, but I've been quite lucky in the way that my fights have fallen, that I've not really had to take much time off. That's actually the first time I've ever had to take time off my work for a fight. I don't work on a Friday now, so when it was in the hydro I just worked right up till the Thursday. But this time I was lucky enough to get a bit of time off. My boss was really great with that because she knows I'm not asking all the time. I mean, when I was amateur I was having mornings off, you get a bit of time out of your class anyway. Mine was a Friday, I was weighing in and going straight into work and stuff, so they know I've like, it works both ways, and they know that if I did need to take time off I wouldn't, but it is a difficult thing to balance. But for me, I think sometimes people forget I was a teacher first, so I fitted fighting in around that, and I've just made it work, just like everyone else like makes it work around whatever they're doing. So yeah, thanks so much.
Gemma, you told me on Thursday you wanted to show your progress for the hydro. Apart from regulation of your win, what pleases you most about your performance?
To be honest, I'm not that happy with my performance. Really, there's a lot of things I was working on in striking that I didn't do there, but it'll give me something to go on, because it's all very well working on something when you're not under pressure, but it shows that what I need to work on is being under that pressure and doing like what I've been doing in training under that pressure. So it's given me something else to progress from, but certainly the buzz from the hydro I felt was replicated there, and the crowd in Belfast were great. So yeah, it was something else.
What will you take away from this second PFL experience?
Work on moving my head. Stop taking so many punches and kicks will probably be my next move. It's always been the same after every fight, so we'll see. Yeah, cheers. Thank you so much, everyone.
But just one quick question
That's
for
okay.
you. All right. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're a teacher, and a big thing for me is trying to get young people into combat sports. The biggest thing that I've always heard from parents is they don't want their kids fighting. As a teacher, an educator, how do you feel combat sports fits into kids growing and developing?
Yeah, that's a great question, to be honest. I would say, like, I've worked in the same school for quite a while, like 8 years, and I've actually worked there since I started training. From the very first day I stepped in a Thai gym, and they've seen like the progress. Like, some of the kids have been there that whole time, and I think for them, they've started to realise, including, like, I live and work in the same community, the parents and kids are kind of realising it's not just about fighting, it's like a discipline and all that, and I think they're starting to see that through what I'm doing. And also, like, I've got a lot of respect for the kids. They think fighting's like cool, and they respect people that can fight. So if there is any situation where they might be fighting, they'll listen to me to talk about it, and in turn I'll kind of teach them about going and doing martial arts and how that leads to discipline that gets them out of bother in the streets. And for me, that's a really important thing, especially in the area I'm in. So I'm always trying to encourage them to do that, and we've had some like local judo clubs and stuff coming in and taking the kids to do workshops and things, and offering them free sessions and things, which have been great. So I do think martial arts for kids is really coming through, and if I can do anything to help that, then that's a great win for me.
Can I just do one follow-up question? How would you get more younger women involved?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What would you do to get more younger women involved?
To be honest, like, in my school there is quite a lot of young girls who are doing kickboxing and things, so I think just more exposure of people like me or Sammy Jo or any other girls, like when we had the tournament last year, just kind of seeing like normal girls doing it, like, it's something that kind of makes them realise that it's an option, and just exposing them to it, I think, is important. So yeah, just keeping on getting women in martial arts in the media, and maybe like other schools having like exposure to that kind of thing, I think would be great.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you so much.